welcome back to our channel. We're Dos Cavazos, and this is the finale of Squid Game. I can't believe we're finally here.
I know. Even though we've only been watching it for about a week or so, because it's been so bingeable that it was hard to actually stop watching this day by day. That's why we actually watched these last 3 in one sitting.
I think that, we're wearing the same outfit in a lot of these episodes because we just couldn't stop.
We watched multiple,
back to back to back. It's just they're just too good.
So last episode, Se-byuk was killed by Sung-woo, and I've been on Sung-woo's case since the beginning. There was just so many hints that you saw beyond just the honeycomb thing when Ji-hung woke up and his hand was over his neck. Obviously, Ji-hun saw in the last game where he pushed a guy into the glass, and I'm glad he finally realized what was going on, but still, Se-byuk, that was such a fucking tragic thing to have happen.
That was tragic. It was so sad. It was also so sad and unfortunate that she got cut with the glass like that. If she would have gotten injured like that, she wouldn't have been an easy target and she wouldn't have died that way, and she would have actually been able to compete in the game, which to me, if you die in the game, it's really sad, but at least you got to you got to try.
Yeah.
You actively
Hers
tried.
was just such a weird incident because the players who have died not playing the game, obviously she was killed by Sung-woo, but the only reason she ended up being killed by Sung-woo is because of her injuries. But that was just a whole mess of a situation right there, because if you think about it, Ji-hung, if he wasn't yelling because he had already fallen asleep, then he wouldn't have been tipped off that she was about to die. But in saying that too, I still feel based off of that injury she took after that last game, she may have bled out by the end of the night.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Either she would have made it through the night and barely probably died early on during the game, or she would have bled out in the night. I don't know, but it's just still unfortunate that he took her life by himself, I guess. I mean, even if she was gonna die, it's I know it's a game, and we keep going back to that. They're all voluntarily here. They're all trying to win. But I feel at some point it's I don't know, when is there a line between what's ethical to a point and what's I have to win for me,
Well, right there what I said was Se-byuk. She kept Ji-hung from going past that line, in my opinion, because if you want to think about who he's actually killed, obviously the people they were playing tug of war with, they yanked them down, but it was a different circumstance than walking up to somebody and slitting their throat while they're sleeping, or not. She wasn't sleeping, but just on her bed.
Sick, I mean, it's just this whole moral thing that you think about, and that's one of the things I love about the show is it makes you really think about those things. It really does. It's less about the games in and of itself and more about the people playing them and why they're driven to do these things, how different people react in this situation. And obviously we're seeing the two sides kind of the spectrum here with Ji-hung and Sung-woo and how they react in a situation like this. And yeah, it's so well done, this show.
We also got the reveal that the game master, is what I'm calling him, was the brother of the police officer. He did have to shoot his brother, but I don't think that he's dead. It was just, it made sense that if he wanted to kill him, he would have just shot him someplace that was actually going to make sure that he died. He shot him in the shoulder, and then he fell into the water. So there's a chance that he's still out there. There's also a chance that when he pressed resend, those videos sent to the police. So hopefully that we have the cavalry show up and the Coast Guard and the police show up. But in saying that too, if that happened, I don't feel Ji-hung's going to win the money at that point, because if they come in and step in before the game ends, then they're going to confiscate everything and it's all just going to be a mess. But so it's kind of sad because, that promise that they made, which he never actually fully said I promise, but I have full confidence that Ji-hun has kind of found the error of his ways and will help out Se-byuk's family. But I don't see him getting the money if the cops show up and stop the games from finishing.
We also don't know how long the process is to even trace the call and figure out where they are and get everybody to ready, to infiltrate, I guess. And then also the distance of the island. We have no idea when they could even get there, if they were to get there, the police, I mean. So it's highly unlikely that they'll get there before the next game.
All right, well, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our Patreon if you want to watch our full-length reactions to the series.
We also do have a second channel called Dos Cavazos IRL, where we do vlogs and other non-reaction content. And if you want to check that out, the link is down in the description below.
All right, let's jump into this episode. The
Squid Game. Can he see without his glasses?
I mean, he's made it this far.
I can't see without my glasses. I'm wearing contacts, by the way. I said that as I'm not wearing glasses.
공수를 가리는 동전 던지기를 하겠습니다.
Oh my gosh. They have to play in their suits.
선택하세요.
He's just so pissed off. Triangle. Ooh, I wonder if that's just for what he did earlier.
Triangle.
세모입니다.
do you want
공격과
to go?
수비 중 선택.
Offense or defense?
What would you do?
I like offense.
I feel like I would choose offense.
공격.
There we
Yeah.
go.
456번
Attack.
공격.
Even though defense is the best offense.
A good defense is the best offense is the term.
공격자나 수비자 중에 어떤 한쪽이 게임을 진행할 수 없는 상태가 되면 나머지 한쪽이 승리합니다.
What?
What situation
Like
would
they
that
could
arise?
Kill each other? Is that what that means?
Are there more obstacles?
상태는 어떤 상태입니까?
Yeah.
참가자가 사망한 상태를 말합니다.
They can kill each other here.
지금부터 게임을 시작하겠습니다.
So you can play the game or fight to the death. I didn't think we were gonna jump right back into the game, like right at the beginning here.
Oh. He's gonna throw sand in his face?
No, I think didn't they do that at the beginning of the series? Like they grab the sand.
Was it him as a kid at the beginning?
I don't remember, to be honest.
쓸데없는 소리 하지 말고.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
it was
the
for his
sand.
eyes, yeah.
So you can walk inside, I mean on the things, but then you do 1 foot. Oh wait. What is wrong? Is it raining? It's raining. Is it artificial rain or is
It's
it
like the roof open.
the roof
roof's
is open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Ah,
right.
you crazy thing! Kid, child, woman, creature.
어차피 죽을 애였어. 고통을 빨리 끝내준 것뿐이야.
If she was gonna die anyway, then why did you come and kill her?
Yeah.
살아 있었고 살릴 수 있었어. 그래서 죽인 거야. 형이 그런 인간이라서. 그애 살리겠다고 다 포기할 수도 있는 인간이라서.
But then that would have been his choice to make.
그 돈 난 절대 여기서 가지고 못 나가.
Oh my gosh, here we go. I would just try to run to the head, right? That's what he has to do to win, right? Oh my gosh, I don't know about the fighting.
Ooh.
Oh, ow! Run to the head! That's what you gotta do, right? No, don't let him go out!
Come on.
Run! Doesn't he just need to run? How does this game work? Like this is more of a rage-induced fight. Oh no!
Come on. Do something to break out of this.
I feel like he needs to try to actually like make it to the end to win, you know? Like that'd be the easier way to win, I think.
Oh shit. No. Oh, damn it. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
And he still has the knife.
지한.
우리 되돌리게 너무 멀리 왔어.
Oh, shit!
Ow!
I mean, that was...
Smart.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh.
Oh! No rules. Oh, you got the knife?
Ew, the knife through your hand. You better use that. Run to the head of the squid. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Is he gonna try and kill him or just win the game?
I know. Oh.
내가 죽였어. 내가 죽였어. 내가 죽인 거야.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it.
Just go win.
Yeah, I mean,
go win.
he's gonna die anyway, but let them do it.
Go win the game. No, not like this. You're better.
I bet it's beside him, right? Yeah. Come
Go
on.
win the game. Go do it now before he tries some trickery.
Don't leave that knife on the ground beside him if you get up. Did you
Please
just freaking
hurry.
leave the knife?
Can you please hurry up and go win? I can't handle this. Do it. Do it.
They have to have a winner at the end, but what if you refuse to win?
안 해. 그만두겠어. 동의서 제3항.
Oh my god!
참가자 과반수가 동의하면
I forgot.
게임은 중단됐다.
But remember, because it goes to the family, right?
Yeah.
So it could still go to Sebyok.
가자.
Why am I so nervous?
I am too, but
I mean, I hope. Please just let it end. The knife is still there though, and it freaks me out.
I don't trust him.
미안해.
Harry.
Oh, he killed himself!
Oh!
I mean, he was gonna kill himself earlier because of like everything that happened, like in his life, and
I thought he was gonna kill him. He wanted him to win. He did it for him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no. Why are you making me feel bad for you now? He did this for her. They could have both lived, but he like...
So, he wins, technically.
He wins.
Yeah.
He won. It said no matter what happens, the last one standing. He won. Oh my gosh. He felt bad for what he did then. Like, wow. Because he wanted him to get the money. He didn't want it to just go to...
Well, he was saying his mom, I think he was like asking me, like, can you help my mom?
Well, yeah, but like if he...
This is the person who was watching. Right? The one who was deleting the footage?
I was just gonna say, if nobody won, then like the money would have gotten dispersed.
To all the players.
Yeah, but he wanted him to take it.
Let's see if our theory with the guards plays out.
우승 축하합니다.
They took off their things now.
Game's over.
Yeah. Oh, he's blindfolded.
왜 이런 짓을? 경마 좋아하시죠?
Horse racing.
당신들은 말입니다.
Yeah, they foreshadowed it first episode.
누구야 너?
Now they're putting him back.
누구야 너?
So maybe our theory was wrong.
Maybe, yeah.
It's not what the guards are.
But he won. How? Like,
Maybe he wanted to
let's
be
see.
a part of it. I don't know. Yeah. You want it. What a change from the first episode where he was like trying to steal his mom's.
어디서 또 술 먹고 싸운
Oh my
거야?
gosh, if only you knew. And oh,
can,
your
can
son.
you even say anything?
What do you even say?
I don't think he'll tell.
What do you even like? What would you
뭐야?
say?
가서 엄마랑 같이 먹어. 니네 엄마 어디 아픈지 전화도 안 받고.
Oh, please tell me that she's okay.
엄마. 엄마 자?
Oh,
엄마 나왔어. 엄마 나왔어. 눈 좀 떠봐. 엄마 돈 벌어 왔어.
Money doesn't mean everything.
oh my gosh.
A year.
Oh my gosh.
You see what right? They come ask him to be a part of like the guards.
Okay. Christmas Eve. Kambu?
Old man.
Is it the freaking old man? Who else would be his Gambu?
He's the only one who said it when they were playing marbles.
What the? Okay, well, I gotta wait a minute. I can't.
It's him.
What? But what? How? They also didn't. Is
Wait,
that him?
that's not. Wait, it is. He
That's
just had his
him.
haircut.
What the heck? They didn't show him get shot.
Mm-hmm.
And his number wasn't in the freaking file.
Yeah.
부탁이네.
But what? Why? I don't understand.
저기 저 남자 말이야.
당신이 한 짓입니까?
저대로 놔두면 금방 얼어 죽을 텐데 아무도 도와주는 사람이 없어.
왜 그런 짓을 한 거예요?
자네라면 어쩌겠?
대답해!
가던 길 멈추고
너 누구야?
Is that his way of telling you why?
나랑 게임 한번 더 하자.
No. What? Who? What happened? I don't.
Is that man?
저 사람이 그대로 있으면 내가
How do you want to keep playing games?
저 사람을 도와주면 자네가 이기는 거야.
당장 죽여버릴 수도 있어.
I mean, I feel like he's about to die.
자네는 영영 대답을 못
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, we need the answers.
Can you go help the
I
man?
mean, I think that's what he's alluding to.
난 돈을 굴리는 사람이야. 자네도 보러 가서 알잖아.
I still don't understand.
Make money by lending money. Is he a bank?
Is he own the bank?
Like the one that called him over there about the money? I feel like it is.
But
Right?
how does that
Yeah.
make you want to do games?
내 머릿속에 종량이 있는 것도 사실.
Okay.
아내랑 아들과 함께 그런 골목집에 산 적도.
That's how he knew
They
it.
probably mimicked it after it.
That's why he was like, "Oh, I used to live here. It's my house."
Wait, is somebody gonna help? Maybe it doesn't need to be him that helps.
What the heck?
Did he die? Go help him.
아직도 사람을 믿나?
왜 날 찾은 거지?
성금은 손도 대지 않고
Okay, so that's why.
그대로 산다고 들었어. 죄책감 같은 건가?
왜 그런 짓을 한 거지?
That's what I'm wondering. Still, like,
자네 돈이 하나도 없는 사람과 돈이 너무 많은 사람의 공통점이 뭔 줄
so he's like rich, super rich.
사는 게 재미가 없다는 거야. 아무리 뭘
It's never enough.
먹고 마셔도 결국 다 시시해져 버려.
So you make people
He facilitates
want
it.
to like have to get killed. Like,
하나
All his
둘씩 나한테
clients.
그러는 거야. 살면서
so you want to see people die?
다들 모여서 고민을 좀 해봤지. 뭘 하면은 좀 재미가 있을까?
That's disturbing. That's not fun. That's
재미를
like using people's desperation for fun. That's like
자네가
horrible.
잊은 것 같아. 나는 아무 일도
But it's just
I
But
feel like
you,
that's how you're justifying it.
but you
know?
like rattled something in front of them. What?
다시 돌아오지.
I don't.
Like he gave him every chance. Well, I mean, we pointed that out, but
We
like,
know, yeah. I mean, I know they had a chance, but like the fact that you even gave someone who was so desperate an opportunity like that.
So is somebody gonna go help this guy?
When if you have so much money in the world, you couldn't just help them.
이젠 다 했나?
But that wasn't fun for you.
You could help, because there's nobody out there.
그 안에 왜 들어온 거야?
Okay, why?
Yeah.
어릴 땐 말이야. 친구들이랑 뭘 하고 놀아도 재밌어서 죽기 전에 꼭 한번 관중석에 앉아서는 절대로 느낄 수 없는
So that must have been the only time that he did it,
기분.
and probably because of the tumor.
So could he have died? Well, I guess no, because they didn't shoot him.
Yeah, they know who he
They
was.
were probably
yeah.
protecting him. Like,
왜 살려줬냐고.
Oh, with the marbles.
재밌었거든.
I just like I have such a hard time feeling sympathy.
정말 오랜만이었어.
Oh, so you didn't have to actually like watch people die out of desperation to have fun?
Oh, they called the cops. The lady who checked on him, or the person who checked on him.
Oh. There are good people in the world.
Did he die? Yeah.
So that was his head that he was wearing.
Oh yeah. This one put it down.
Oh, okay.
I told you it was like an old man that it looked like from behind.
자네가 손님들을 맡아주고
What did he tell him?
왜 그러시는지
보는 것이 하는 것보다 더 재미있을 수가.
How did they have this connection though? And I'm assuming that his brother did die at this point, right?
I guess so.
Because they never referenced that again.
머리 많이 기르셨네. 어떻게 해드릴까?
Like
I
that.
want that. Really?
Why should it be red too? Oh! So what happens now? Oh, Sid
Maybe he
Yoke's
will
brother.
use the money.
네가 철이구나.
Oh. His hair.
Aw.
누나를 많이 닮았네.
그럼 문 누나 어디 있는지 알아요?
Oh, and that was the whole reason she was there. It's just, it's so sad. Like these people were so desperate.
그냥 애 밥숟가락 하나 더 얹으면 돼. 걱정하지 말고 잘 다녀와.
Oh, is he gonna go to like the
America,
U.S.?
yeah, to go see his daughter. I'm assuming.
철이 밥은 먹었어?
Oh, every like grandma ever.
이리 앉아.
So she lost her shop and had to use this.
Do you think he's like leaving him with her?
I think so, yeah.
Like for good? But here's money to,
Yeah.
take care of you and him. Oh.
아빠도 사랑해.
Don't get killed trying to save somebody. Oh, it's the freaking game dude! Somebody else is doing it.
Oh, they're doing recruiting! What are you gonna
Don't let
do?
it happen.
It's just the cycle's repeating. So did the police ever find those videos?
No, I'm guessing not, because...
Oh, they just never got discovered, I guess. And he probably freaking drowned.
Oh, don't.
Tell him no.
당신 뭐 하는 거예요?
Don't do it.
Get to the cops and flee the country. Guessing he's headed to LA.
I kind of like his red hair. He's calling.
게임에 참가를 원하십니까?
난 말이 아니야.
Yes!
사람이야.
Yes!
그래서 궁금해. 너희들이 누군지, 어떻게 사람에게 이런 짓을 할 수 있는지.
456번.
아.
허튼 생각하지 마.
용서가 안 돼.
그 비행기를 타.
They freaking know he's...
They're watching him still.
Oh my gosh.
Are you gonna go after this game?
Second season?
Please! I would love a second season.
Him taking down these freaking elites? Oh my gosh. I mean, that...
Second season.
Second season. Come on. That has to mean that. All right. That last scene there. It has to at least allude to the fact that this story will continue.
Yeah.
And hopefully, use this money to try to take them down in
Because
some way.
we still didn't get all the answers.
No, we didn't.
Like, we still don't know about the guards.
Yeah.
We still don't know why the brother was even there. We don't know about if the cop survived. I'm assuming he didn't if it's been a year.
You would think that. That's kind of
Yeah.
what the vibe that I got from it. But, I mean, at this point, like you said, it's been a year. I don't think that he's just going to pop up somewhere else. Unless he's
Right.
just so stricken that, like, his brother would do something
Yeah.
like this, that he just completely, like, lost it and just, like, went off the
Right.
rails or something like that.
We found out that the old man was not only not dead, he wasn't really even an actual player. He was actually in charge. Was he in charge or was he just a part of it?
Well, it's interesting because the games are still going on. So it just seemed... I'm getting the vibe that each one of these elite people are like taking turns because they said
Like
something
hosts.
hosting. Yeah, so it seems like each one will probably host these games wherever they're from because they look like they're from all
Right,
different countries.
right.
So obviously the games are continuing here in Korea. So it seems like the mantle would have been pushed down, or they at least assigned somebody else to take over to keep the games going because it doesn't
Host it
seem
or
like
whatever.
these people are going to want to stop doing what
Yeah,
they're
I
doing.
mean, they're clearly recruiting,
Yeah.
so that whole thing was interesting. First of all, that's crazy that it was him. I mean, if you look back, there were signs. Like, there was no number one in
When he
that
flipped
thing.
open the book, he was on the top of the bunk, and he said stop,
And as
they
soon as
stopped.
he did, he stopped. You know, I noticed that in the moment, but I didn't think anything of it. I was like, I mean, coincidence.
He
But
didn't give up the name.
But then once he started talking, because, like, he just, like, knew everything about every single game, except for he didn't know about the honeycomb game, so maybe that wasn't a thing. But, like, he knew that tug-of-war. There was no number one in the book.
He was up at the top bunk and told them to stop, and they just so happened to do it then. When did they listen to the players?
Right, and like that, I thought it was just a coincidence that they had stopped. But I guess it was because of him.
Then
did
there was also
like,
that-
did he fake pee himself then, or was he actually scared?
Is it scared, or could it be like a side effect of like the tumor or whatever he may have been
Maybe.
going through? Because it seemed like that was legitimate. Like obviously
Right.
he died, and at the end of the day, it took him a year, but still.
And like the way he was talking at the end was not how he was talking in the game. So
No,
he
no, he
definitely
was
he was
faking
putting
that,
on
yeah.
an act, which that's what I was suspicious of. But I thought he was putting on an act to try to like win the game. You know, like act like he might have, you know, like maybe his mind was going so that he could maybe get sympathy or maybe whatever,
Yeah.
like to win.
Also,
not
an
to,
answer
like,
why he was
be-
so eager with the red light, green light game at
Right,
the very
he was
beginning.
like,
We're like, why is this old man just so
he's
happy
all
like
ready to
doing
go.
this?
His reasoning behind it though, I don't like it. Like
Yeah.
they said we have too much money and like life was no fun. And I get it. It was voluntary. They all had a chance to leave and then to come back, and like they also had the chance to like if they all agreed they could end the game at any time. But I feel like that is exploiting people's desperation. Like, at their hardest time in life, they're at rock bottom. Giving them an opportunity. It's like, you know, like the saying, like dangling a carrot in front of like a horse or something like that.
And also, they knew every detail about these people. So, like, they knew who to choose. It wouldn't just be like some random person be like, hey, do you want to compete in a life or death game for like however much money?
They picked these people who were so low that they basically felt like they had no other choice. And to me, that's still like predatory to them. And like, and it's not just that they were giving them a chance to win money, because it didn't feel like that. It was that they wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And like at the end, I guess he like thought that the games were more fun, but I mean, like, you started to do that anyway. And like, if you said that you had so much money you were bored, you couldn't have just helped. I mean, I guess just helping people is no fun for you.
Yeah.
But like, if you had all that money, you couldn't just help the people anyway.
But he did gravitate towards Ji-hung and was the reason why he was able to continue on in the game and ultimately win the game. So now, hopefully, if there is a second season, Ji-hung freaking taking out the elites.
I know, and the Squid Game.
Yeah.
And the Squid Game. Sang-woo kind of had a little bit of, I don't want to say redemption, because I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of felt a little like a redemption arc.
A little bit. I will say that like he was probably one of the characters that kind of upset me throughout the series the most. He did kind of, you know, allow Ji-hung to be able to win, but he was on the verge of killing himself before going back to the game. I just feel like it finally, I guess, kind of got to him about what he was doing, because I mean, I don't know, he was kind of really matter of fact throughout the entirety of the game. Was like, oh, he was an old player. He was an old man. He even told Ali, because he was missing 2 fingers, like, hide your hand when you're asking people because they're going to see weakness. So he was playing it cutthroat. All the way up until when he killed Se-byok, too.
Yeah.
So I do feel like at the end of the day, all that did wane on him there in the end. And then probably to tip him over to finally making that full circle come back around was Ji-hun not just taking the win and coming back and offering him, hey, like, neither of us take the money, let's just go home.
End it here. And like, I mean, I guess at the core root of it, he was doing this for his mom and his like, you know, to fix what he had done. And obviously it was so bad that she ended up losing her shop anyway. Yeah. Thankfully, Ji-hun came in and you know, took care of that. But he was doing it for his mom, and it got to the point where it was just like survival of the fittest, and he played, I guess in a sense, like a dirty game. I don't know if you can fully fault him for that. I don't know, because, like, we don't know what we would do in those situations when it's literally, like, life or death. But, like, you would assume that most people have some sense of, like, morality, I guess. Like, even Ji-hun kind of had, and even Se-byok was like, don't kill him, not like that, you know?
But I feel like a lot of these characters experienced a lot of stuff in the Squid Game that kind of changed them. Like, Se-byok changed during the marble game with the interaction with that other girl who had like had to kill her father. Yeah, and then after that interaction, like, you know, she was open. I mean, she said her name earlier, but like, you know, she was crying right there. Like, she literally met somebody who just thought that they deserved it more, that this other person didn't have anything to live for, and then she let her just be able to live and like have a chance at winning this game. And I feel like she kind of like returned that favor by saving Ji-hun's humanity a little bit there, preventing him from killing Sang-woo. Unfortunately, that ended up leading to her demise, but we talked about that too. We kind of feel like, well, at least I do. I feel like at the point where she took the glass in the stomach and knowing that these guards aren't going to help you, she was probably going to bleed out by the end of the day anyway. Or kind of what Sang-woo ended up saying. She was either going to die or come in the next day and die during the game.
Yeah, I mean, Sang-woo, he had some points, though, that were not completely wrong. Like, when he was talking about the guy with the glass, like, he was like, hey, he let everybody die anyway. Like, he knew and didn't say anything. It's true. So it's like, I don't completely hate him as a character. I don't really hate him at all, actually. I didn't like the way he went about things, but, like, I understood why he did what he did.
I'm glad that he did, like, make that last... I mean, I don't want to say I'm glad that he killed himself, but I'm glad that he, like, you know, talked to Ji-hun there, and it wasn't just, you know, very blatantly, like... he was in the process of trying to kill Ji-hun. Mind you, he was trying to do it earlier in the game, but there was like a little moment there where I felt like there was a connection, and I feel like Ji-hun is kind of what made him realize there at the end the error of his ways.
I wouldn't have been mad if they would have both just stopped playing, though.
I thought that would have been like, okay.
That would have been a better scenario.
And then all the losers' family would have gotten that money and it would have just been dispersed to them.
I mean, but then they, I guess, wouldn't have had anything, but it's like they both would have lived, I guess. I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought was going to happen. I was kind of like excited about that ending, but I guess like the fact that Ji-hun like stayed true to his promise and helped his mom was really good.
And saved
too.
Byeok's brother as well.
And by trying to stop the Squid Game, maybe he'll help a lot of other people like not feel like they have to go into this like that's their only option. It probably won't help the problems of people who like have these problems in the first place, but maybe he can try. Like maybe, you know, by stopping this, people won't have this outlet of like desperation and then just basically ended up dying. Like majority of them, only one person lives. Basically all of them die.
Yeah, I'm so excited, honestly, for the possibility of a second season, because it doesn't also seem that, like, if there is a second season, it's not going to be like a rehash of all the events that happened in the first season. It seems like it's setting up now the winner of a previous Squid Game trying to stop these Squid Games from ever happening again.
Yeah.
That was like a really interesting interaction with, like, you know, I think that was the cop's brother that was on the phone that talked about him, like, hey, player 456, don't get any smart ideas, just get on the damn plane.
Which
and that's
means they still watch
That's
him.
insane, yeah, that they monitor them to even after the fact. And then I know that he just had that interaction with the guy that when he was heading to the airport, the one who first initially recruited him. You have to think that they have just so many assets and stuff that are being able to monitor so many people at any given time and have such detailed files on all these people to recruit them in the first place. It's a tall task for him. And I don't know what he would do. Like, I feel like it's beyond just getting the police at this point. I feel like you'd have to figure out something else besides that.
All right, well, thank you so much for following along with this series with us. We had a lot of fun doing these reactions.
And hopefully we see you in the second season.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you can stay notified for our future reactions.
And also, if you want to watch all of our full-length reaction to the series, we uploaded them on our Patreon. The link's down in the description below.
All right, we'll see you all in our next video.
Bye, everyone.